Good afternoon.
It is the afternoon already.
It's the afternoon.
Where did the morning go?
Well, the morning went to a little workout. We're back, quote-unquote, home.
Yeah. It was nice to go back to North Naples CrossFit and hit a WOD with our 9 a.m. crew. I'm missing the 4:30 crew, though. Lilith and who else is usually there?
Ryan and Jacob and Allison. And it's been nice. We've been on the road for over almost 10 days.
Okay, okay. Because I keep thinking it's only been a week.
We left last Tuesday. It's Thursday morning. We're recording.
Right.
I said quote-unquote home because we are at my parents'.
Right, exactly. But now, you know what? The last week or so of just crashing at people's houses, I'm already feeling so much more comfortable just, invading people's spaces and making myself feel at home.
I was telling someone today that there's some comfort in the discomfort of just not being attached to where you're staying.
That's exactly it. I think you've nailed it on the head right now. As soon as you start to embrace the fact that you can't be attached to your typical routine, you can't have everything around you that's familiar and to your liking. As soon as you embrace that, you love the experience of it all, and it doesn't seem so crazy and daunting, and I don't know. We still have our creature comforts to a certain extent, as long as we can get our cup of coffee in the morning and we can still weigh our food, and I guess that's been part of it, staying with people who, like us who follow macro living and flexible eating has made it feel a lot more familiar, even though we've been in other people's houses. That's part of it. It
does turn out that all I truly need is coffee in the morning. Other than that, I will survive.
Yeah. And you've actually found one morning where you did not have a cup of coffee that you survived that too.
Till about 8. I mean, I didn't make it all day.
But you did make it longer than you thought you were able to.
Well, I've found when we left, I thought the challenge would be sleeping. I don't sleep poorly, but I'm very comfortable in my bed. I've been traveling weekends for the last 5 years, and I would say almost every Friday night when I get to the hotel, I have a bad night's sleep, and then I crash on Saturday. But I have found that when you're just used to it, and for us, we travel with a fan, or when we are in the camper, the AC is loud. I need that noise. If I have that noise, I can sleep.
Yeah, I have to say as well, for me, I sleep so much better when I have light blocked out. So sleeping with an eye mask and also with earplugs really does make a significant difference to the quality of sleep I get.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
So I went up to wake you this morning and you didn't budge.
I was out of it. I'm so glad I made that decision last night, even though we were at your mom's and she had some great blackout blinds too, like we have back at our house. I still made that call. I'm going to put my eye mask on because it's a little lighter than usual. I'm going to put my earplugs in. I need to get a good at least 7-8 hours sleep tonight to try to catch up. And I was out.
You were out. I was afraid to wake you because I knew we wanted to hit the 9 a.m. class. But
you woke me so nicely as well this morning. I was thinking about that earlier. You were just lightly tickling my fingers. And I was still dreaming. And I was imagining that I was holding your hand. It was so nice.
I was trying to get you to pee in your sleep.
Is that what you were doing?
Anyway, we're going to keep this episode short because we are having a busy day. We have to go pack some stuff up. We have to drive to Miami. We have a seminar tonight at Caution CrossFit. We have a seminar tomorrow at Riptide. I'm working this weekend for a level 1. We drive home Sunday night. We crash again Monday. We drive to Orlando, and we have 4 seminars next week, and then another level 2 for me over the weekend in Atlanta. So next week we leave the house Monday and we arrive in Atlanta on Friday. And at that point, people keep saying this is the longest and slowest road trip ever because we just keep circling Florida. But starting next Monday, we officially are on the path out of the state. And then just to give it
onto Georgia, right?
Yeah, we go Georgia through Kentucky. We're crashing with our good friends in Louisville, Ashley and Justin from the Natural Grip for 10 days. So talk about invading space. We're going to make ourselves plenty comfortable there. And some announcements. We have already 2 seminars set up in Louisville, and one is at someone's house.
Yeah, at Taylor's house. You've probably seen pictures of Taylor out there on our Transformation Tuesday post. She is killing it. How many days in is she now?
Her last picture was 100 days in, so she's maybe 105 now, but
her progress has been phenomenal in that time, and I think I'm excited to have her host a seminar at her house, and I hope her house is big enough because there's a lot of people signing up already.
We've already sold over 10 tickets, and it was just announced the other day.
I know.
So, yeah, Taylor, get your living room ready. And we're also having a meet and greet, our very first meet and greet.
Yeah, that's exciting. At the volleyball courts down in Louisville somewhere, I don't know.
So that's pretty cool. People are going to come just hang out, eat some pizza.
Play volleyball with us, laugh at us, because I suck at volleyball.
So let's talk other big news. We've decided that beyond the tour, well, let's come back to that big news.
Whenever you say things like this, I look at you perplexed. I'm like, what is this big news?
That you don't know about?
Yeah, that I don't know about.
So here's the deal. We go from Louisville. We drive up through Chicago. We hit the games.
Yeah, and if anybody is keeping track of our schedule and thinking, holy cow, no wonder Jay needs coffee in the morning. You're absolutely right. If you want to help us out at all, please send us coffee because we're going to need it over the next couple of months.
Luckily, Mom took us shopping yesterday. We went to Walmart. We got a big thing of coffee, and
but
we ordered a generator for the camper.
So we can make coffee every morning.
So we head through Chicago to Wisconsin. I'm judging at the games. You'll be hanging out. So certainly will be an opportunity if you're listening to this to meet at least Roz. Well, maybe you'll be at the Natural Grip tent. So
yeah, most likely.
Let's put some times out there where people can come say hi, take a picture.
Yeah, all right. We'll come up with something.
Cool.
I mean, I'll be on social media the whole time we're there, I imagine, so.
Yeah, we'll definitely set some time up for you guys to meet her if you're out there. And then from there, so we get home yesterday and my mom was freaking out because the dogs are making her a little crazy, specifically Marley.
Yeah, you may have been hearing her pant in the background there.
Our 14-year-old 3-legged lab who is going through her teenage phase where she does not listen and she poops in the house in her sleep.
I think that's just old lady phase, no?
So anyway, we're going to head from Madison to the Northeast and then zip down with the intention of being done, end of August, September. Which
when
gives
you say zip down the East Coast,
East Coast, still hit up Maine. We got a ton of boxes in the Northeast.
Definitely want to get through the Carolinas too, right?
Of course, yeah. I got people reaching out from Raleigh and Charlotte, but New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all those places, which, a few weeks up there is certainly more than enough time to get some seminars in. So you'll have the opportunity to see us. And then once we come back, get settled in, get married at some point, right?
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Then we will continue the tour, maybe with the dogs, and head out to different areas of the States.
Yeah, I'd love to take them out camping and get this big bulldog under my feet here.
He was missing us.
Up on some trails. I mean, he is passed out right now after consuming an entire toy full of peanut butter.
Well, yeah, Grandma feeds him cheese.
Yeah,
and
she
peanut
said,
butter.
I've not been feeding him any extra.
I've seen
just little tidbits of cheese from the fridge, bowls full of peanut butter. He is looking chunky, I have to say.
But he gets good walks here. So The big news is, beyond the tour, we have decided to turn the camper into a donut shop.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure where you were going with this big news earlier, because I know we discussed it a little bit before, but we were just up in St. Augustine, and they have no donut shop there. I mean, that is a travesty. It's a beautiful beach town. We loved it up there. It was very rustic, very surfy, very, very chill, and we were shocked. I mean, there's no catering for donut lovers up there.
And numerous people told us that that's what we need to do.
Yeah, some people only came to our seminar because they thought we were bringing donuts. So we disappointed that night.
Shout out to Nico's Pizza.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We stayed with our friends Todd and Renna, Renna's parents own a pizza place for the last 30 years.
Yep.
Amazing
out in
pizza.
Palatka, just outside St. Augustine.
And then Roz and I had the second best pizza in the United States.
Yeah, at Pizza Time on George Street in downtown St. Augustine.
So, That's happening.
Yeah, for sure. We're
And
going to create some really delicious and out there donuts.
So can I give them the one?
I don't know. I think you need to keep this under wraps.
Keep that? You think someone's going to try to hijack it?
Yeah, let's keep it secret. Jay's got a fantastic idea.
Do you like that
for a
idea?
donut. Yeah, I think it's great. I do.
And obviously the macros will be on there.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be providing macro information for all our donuts.
I can't hold it back. I have to tell them.
Oh, you're going to tell them?
Matzo ball donuts.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah. Mom's going to make the matzo balls and we're going to put it inside the donuts.
No, I wonder if we could make some kind of pierogi style donut though. That could be good.
Ooh, that's a great idea. So the donut is in the shape of like a
a
beef patty
shape. That's cool.
I like that. We put the matzo ball right in it.
Why are we putting matzo ball in it?
For Passover, so it's kosher for
pierogi.
Passover.
All right.
So anyway, we're keeping the podcast on the shorter end today because we got to go pack up. We got to get moving. What's been your favorite memory thus far?
Oh my gosh, so hard. I was actually just thinking back because we worked out this morning at North Naples CrossFit, and typically their Thursday WOD, I always like, it's usually a partner WOD, and it should be a kind of less intense, I guess, style workout. You know, Thursdays typically are active recovery day, and I was thinking, I'll just go easy, you know. Of course, whenever you're doing a partner WOD, and then we had Jacqueline there, I was competing somewhat against her. I pushed myself a lot harder than I anticipated, and just got me thinking back to some of the WODs we've done when we've dropped in at these other boxes we've been at. Remember that one at Mousetrap? I heard you talking about it this morning. Wobbles and burpees. Oh my God, that crushed me.
I don't know if we discussed it because we did do our podcast.
Well, our last podcast was last Thursday, so I'm not sure if we talked about this WOD.
Well,
it was intense.
Oh, right, because we did the workout afterwards.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be 3 800-meter runs.
Mm-hmm.
You go, I go. So say 4 minutes for an 800-meter run. You go, I go. The coach obviously was thinking, okay, that takes, somewhere around 22 to 24 minutes.
Right.
So he's like, well, it's pouring rain out. We're not going to do the runs. We're going to do something comparable. 22-minute EMOM. So immediately in my head, I was like, well, if it's you go, I go, I should only be working out half the time.
Right.
Now
I hadn't appreciated that.
Now you got me working out the whole time.
Right.
Then he throws in the two movements. So it's EMOM. On the odd minute, you had to do 14 wall ball. On the even minute, you did max burpees.
Right.
Now, of course, that max burpee is whatever you make of it.
Yeah.
Right? You can do 1 or you can do 20 like you did.
Okay.
So in my mind, I started kind of contemplating what number I'm going to maintain for 11 rounds of burpees.
Right, because your lowest number of burpees is your score, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to hit the same number across was my go-to. So I'm like, okay, I can hit 20 burpees if I wanted to, but I'm not going to maintain that.
Mm-hmm.
10's a little low. I had done a workout not too long ago that was 30-minute EMOM, odd minute 15 calorie row, even minute 15 burpees. That was hard, but I finished it. So I was like, okay, these 14 wall balls are going to be similar, maybe a little faster. So let me see if I can hit the 15 burpees. And I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the class was slowly dying.
We were dropping like flies.
And I was maintaining it. And in my mind, we were on like minute 8, 9. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make all 22 minutes, but I think I can. Because the 14 wall balls, you got about 30 seconds rest after if you went unbroken.
If you went unbroken.
And then the 15 burpees took a majority of that minute because I was just moving at a steady pace.
Yeah, I think I was finishing with just under 10 seconds before going into the wall ball movement.
About 10 minutes in, the coach, Joe, realized he
was crushing us.
Significantly underestimated that and called it at 12 minutes when you and I finished. But that was the warm-up, basically.
And then the second one was actually very challenging, too.
It was, and you beat me by 1 second, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But it was, I've really enjoyed the dropping into boxes, just getting their vibe, taking their workouts. We had a great workout at Drive Fitness with Kaylee coaching us from Todd's box. Mm-hmm. We had a great workout at Mousetrap. We worked out at the level 1 this past weekend at Southside. So it's been a lot of fun just kind of getting to know the community out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is hard to pick a single moment or memory that is that where I've just enjoyed myself so much, because it's been the whole entire experience, even taking ourselves back to that first night in the truck stop. I mean, I just can't stop laughing about it. But I think if I was to pick out a memory, other than the cronuts and having an awesome time with Randy and Rosanna,
who we will see soon,
who we'll see again, I would say probably that just having that opportunity to go on that bike ride and explore downtown St. Augustine with
that was
you
a lot of fun.
was really fun. I was a little bit fearful for my life when we decided to go on the highway and over that bridge on the way into town, but I think that was a lot of fun. We haven't done a lot of stuff like that. We're typically always working out and talking to people, and actually going and doing something a little bit different to our normal day-to-day was a fun experience.
Well, what's been fun is just taking the time and leaving the house and, forcing us to be more organized with catching up with work and the seminar, so we can spend that time out there. And I think, this leg of the tour where we're heading out on Monday, we're going to have even more opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I'm excited for some real exploring when we get to Georgia and have a little bit more time to enjoy the camping element and being out in the outdoors for real.
That's going to be fun, especially with air conditioning.
Yeah.
So,
outdoors with air-conditioned camper.
Like I said, if you're listening, it's not too late to have us come to your box. We have a few openings left in Georgia. Then we head off to Kentucky. If you're in the Kentucky area, hit us up, and hopefully we'll see you at the games. I'm going to be a little bit busy, but we'll have Roz out there at the Natural Grip.
Mm-hmm.
We have our books officially launched.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting news.
Check that out on the site.
They're being shipped.
The books are being shipped. The first books have officially been shipped. So you can order yours, ownyourreading.com. You can check everything out, follow the tour, reach out to us, and we look forward to seeing all of you on the road.
Absolutely. See you there.